I went for a 2-mile run. Um, at the end of this run, I began to experience a very severe pain that uh, it went from my neck down into my chest and into both arms. Um, the pain hurt so much that I actually laid on the ground, and it was hard to breathe. I was getting really short of breath. It felt like an elephant was sitting on my chest, and I couldn't breathe. I couldn't communicate verbally that well. Um, she said, "Let's go. We're not waiting." On the way to the hospital, as we were crossing Route 38, I kind of cried out to God. I said, God, this can't be it. I have a lot more work to do for you. I said, I have a lot of work with a youth group to do. I know that there's, things that I still have left to do. I said, how can this be it? And when I said, how can this be it? Immediately I felt a complete peace. It was not like anything I've ever experienced. It was completely just serene and peaceful, and I really felt like God was saying, "This is not it. You do have more work for me, and don't worry that you're going to be fine." Interesting thing about my visit in the hospital was that as I was coming into the emergency room, the cardiologist was actually in the hospital. He had just performed a stent in another patient and was about to leave the hospital to go back to Philadelphia. Actually walking out the door, and came down to the emergency room, saw what was going on. They showed him the EKG, and he said, "Oh, Mr. Sirak, looks like you're having a heart attack." Within 40 minutes of walking through the door, I had a stent in place. The next day, the cardiologist came in to do an echo of my heart with an ultrasound, and he was spending a few minutes on looking at every nook and cranny, and it was making me a little nervous at first. What's he looking at? But um, he said there was no damage. He said he's taking the extra time because he couldn't believe that with an actual heart attack that I had no scarring or no damage. They were saying that it was amazing and very much a coincidence that everything seemed to fall into place just right. And I remember thinking, that's not a coincidence. That's not what was going on. It was very apparent when he assured me I was going to be okay and gave me that peace, that he does love me and that he has more work for me.